back in November, the Rams dominated their first matchup against the 49ers. Can San Francisco avoid the sweep? The answer comes your way next on Madden Football.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Today we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. The former second-round pick back in 2014. Buffalo trotting into place, looking to guide this San Francisco 49er offense.
And Jimmy Garoppolo has shown that he can be a Super Bowl quarterback, but his biggest problem, his ability to stay healthy and remain on the field. When able, he's a capable quarterback prone to winning games both in the regular and postseason.
Yeah, that's not the start that he was looking for as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Calling officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Fighting through, and he's got space. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And, Charles, for this defense, they're a confident bunch. Some may say maybe too confident at times. How do you think that they approach a game like this when they're taking on a team that's lost 4 straight?
Well, if they're anything like their head coach, they're relying on that confidence. You and I both were sort of surprised at his weekly press conference when he was asked about this being a trap game. And he's almost boasting that he didn't see anything to worry about. That surprised both of us in a big way because we know that could be a dangerous tactic because I can guarantee you the guys on the other side, they heard that, and they're looking for anything to galvanize them.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken around the 12. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
No, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Fields on first down. 20. 5. Touchdown, LA. Odell Beckham. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Rams are going to take a first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. In our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he's going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
They'll run on first down. It's Mitchell. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo trying to lay one up deep. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big connection on that one. 33 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Pass incomplete.
Well, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo gets this one to Juszczyk. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, this defense for the Rams, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed
nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Marcus Peters came screaming in on the corner blitz. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Yeah, the final tally, as told by Next Gen Stats, he hit 21.5 miles per hour. Whoa.
Garoppolo on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Had to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this one is incomplete.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Bring it, baby, bring it!
The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. And the Niners get there and bring him down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. That's complete to John Ross. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Touchdown, LA! John Ross with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Rams add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. San Francisco's offense returns to the field, and on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Garoppolo. And this one too low. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one.
Odell Beckham Jr. Touchdown! Odell Beckham with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Rams are able to add on to their first half lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game. How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
And they give this time to the tailback. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And boy, Charles, it is no doubt a passing league. We get that. But did you ever think we would see someone pass for 7,000 yards in a season? He just went over.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Rams have got it on cruise control. Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
San Francisco gets set to go here. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Now a give right side. It's Mitchell. Oh, a solid stiff arm and some open field. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. One play action, Fields. He completes it to Beckham. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Oh, and this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. Play action. It's Fields. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Off play action, Fields. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. John Ross in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And he will find his man, Samuel. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. So we've come to halftime. We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point.
Play to win.
Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. Now this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. A big play there on the scramble.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Curtis Samuel with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Rams come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And this is caught. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Looking to throw, Garoppolo.
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners, they eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights, so they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. And he is just 1 reception away from 10 in this game. I don't know what they need to do defensively, but something has to be altered, does it not?
I know that whenever we tried to cover a person who's having a game like this, you're trying to vary what you're doing, trying to change things up, hoping to fool him occasionally. If not fool him, fool the quarterback so that maybe he doesn't read the coverage correctly.
Touchdown, L.A.! Odell Beckham, his 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in 1 season. And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead.
Well, normally the first thing most fans think of with Odell Beckham are the one-handed catches, right? But he's also pretty darn good, Charles, with the ball already in his hands.
And I think this is what the early proponents of the forward pass were thinking about. Get it to a receiver and have him do some work afterwards in order to create the big play we just saw there.
And the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it to slot receivers? But the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there. Showing good hands and an ability.
He's got a man. Complete. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. A big connection on that one. 39 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
13.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. 7 yards, the pickup there. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Rams' 10-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdown.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. Now a 1st down throw, complete downfield. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Curtis Samuel with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Rams stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's easy work, and it's coming again. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Mike 13, Mike 13. He's coming, he's coming. Check him. They can't hang with us.
To throw is Garoppolo.
You.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Taking a shot for Samuel. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 2nd and 10, Garoppolo. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here comes the 49ers punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He'll field this at the 5. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And that will come the offense as they take over. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Fields. Open man is Samuel, complete. The 20. Touchdown, Rams. Curtis Samuel, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Rams just continue to pour it on. The Rams leave the offense on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on. But apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
Mike 13, Mike 13. 21. Mike 13. Here we go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo.
He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. first down. Garoppolo. Looking left side, and it's complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
The extra point up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. All right, how has he done it? 4 touchdowns in this contest. He's been around the end zone in particular, pretty much uncoverable.
And you know that I typically take things from a defensive perspective. I'm not going to do that this time. Let's just praise him. My goodness, 4 receiving touchdowns means he's beaten a variety of coverages throughout this game because they're not just letting him run scot-free. They're trying their best to shut him down, and he's shredding them.
I got to be honest, I want to see 5. No, you want to see 5? I mean, we're not supposed to be biased, but
we're not rooting. Just in the interest of the game, let's go ahead and see 5.
A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off inside the 10. And now off to the races down the right side. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. A try here for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He completes it to Beckham. The 40. Past the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him,
The coverage downfield, equally good.
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. Now a 1st down throw, Fields. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 20, 10, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Garoppolo on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory.
Let's go.
A big play there for the Niners. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. Gets this one to Juszczyk. So it goes as a completed pass. But they lose a full 5 yards. 2nd and 15.
21. Here we go.
Garoppolo now. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Rams are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. These two teams, remember, met in Inglewood earlier in the year with the Rams coming out on top. So a win here in Santa Clara would give them the season series. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. This will be caught at Samuel. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
To the air again, Fields. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they...